Hey, family, Tacc, man, how's your spirit? Talk to me, tell me something good. We're gonna have a good one today. Um, I was out on my journey today. New York, a couple minutes to come in, and I had a good day. I went to see my doctor. Uh, got some cream for my eczema, and inshallah, it's gonna work. I'm a little tired though today, so got me some coffee. I usually don't drink coffee, but I put some sea moss in it. Hopefully, give me some energy. I'm smoking this good ass weed all day. Yeah, but I want to talk to you guys today about this thing we call life and why we have to do certain things in order for us to get to certain places in our life. Damn, sorry, I got my headphones is charging now. Um, and that's my fault. I didn't know. I should have left them on the charger when I went out to the doctor today. It'd have been better for me, and we could have been doing our thing already. But they charging, so it ain't gonna be long. By the time I finish my coffee, it should be ready. We can rock and roll. Just giving y'all some time. Life is a funny thing, and the beautiful thing about it, once you understand it, and you learn it, and you see it for what it is, like I said, you don't judge. You just understand. And see, a lot of people don't understand that wherever you are in your life, that's where you are. They don't have to be. That's where they are, and you have to be able to look at things like that. One second, objectively, and understand, like, man, who the hell is Taco? And check out what game. Okay, yeah, Tacc. Okay. What game you talking about though? What game you talking about? No, I haven't. Send me the link where I can check it out. Or is that the link right there? Narrative RPG. Play Odyssey at AI. Okay. When I get off tonight, I'll go and check it out. And it's on Kick, right? Oh, that was good. Let me get to it. Okay, I like them kind of games. Them kind of games I'm pretty good at. Yeah, that's my kind of stuff right there. Yeah, I gotta check that out. Definitely gotta check that out. this is what we get to right now. And it's okay. We'd love to check it out and do it. I'm gonna do that after I get off of here. I'll definitely check that out. PlayOdyssey.ai. Got you. Um, why healing precedes truth. Check this out. The core idea. You cannot see reality clearly through an unhealed wound. Think about what that says. You cannot heal reality clearly through an unhealed wound. So if your heart is not healed, how can you heal the rest of you? You can't. Trauma distorts perception like cracked lens. When you're hurt, you interpret the world based on survival, not truth. Just think about that for a second. You know, when you're hurt, you interpret the world based on survival, not truth. Just think about it. Of course, you trying to maneuver. You're trying to get things done. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna check y'all out. Play Odyssey at AI. Why it matters. Most people argue about what is true before they deal with why I'm afraid. And a lot of times, the things we're afraid of really are a figment of our imagination. Like I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I was always scared of rats. You know, the rodent rat because of a video I seen when I was in elementary school. Even as a big man, knowing that I could crush it, I've always had a phobia of rats, and it's biting me. And then the crazy part is, I was always scared of needles when I was a kid. So they said you got to get 18 in your belly button. So that's another part of the psychological thing. Even though I know I could step on it and crush it, but these are things that, like I tell you, you have to let go and let God. You have to get them out of your system. You know, and the only way you can do that is going through this process, going through this program. 5 principles, 3 articles, 1 healer. It's about helping everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love. Like I tell you, not only is it a program, it's also a book, and it's on Amazon, and I wrote it. So I need you guys also to subscribe and check out my book on Amazon. I guarantee you it'll change your life. No, I believe inebriatious may be a neologism combining inward plus audacious or tenacious. Let's define it. Core idea. The inebrious journey is the audacious act of turning inward to excavate your own ruins. It is not passive rest, it is active, terrifying war for your own mind. Like, you know, we put things in our head and we make them into something more, much more. Like we said, we make a mountain out of molehill, and it's really not that deep. Now check this out: the cost of staying broken, and this is what I tell you: we all must heal. It's not just us; it's everyone because we've all been lied to. Anytime you have a society that propagates all men are equal, What's up, sis? Ain't nothing on my podcast right now. Yeah. Where was I at? Yeah. So all of us, every last one of us who are on this continent or this 50 states and around the world, we all have to heal because they've put systematic lies in play from the beginning. It's just like when they talk about us, they only talk about us from slavery. They don't talk about us when we civilized Europeans. When they had the black plague, they don't talk about Imhotep and so forth and so on. There's so much about us because we are the original people. Before you were, we were, and for thousands of years. Um, but we all, and this is why I said there's no such thing as race. We're all one race of people, the human race. At least I hope that's the case. But until we're able to heal, we're going to be under the thumbs of the powers that be. Now, if that's what you want, hey, so be it. I'm trying to find myself an exit strategy so I can get my bread and leave America because I think it'll be the best thing. It's nothing like being able to go to other countries and have some finances where people respect and you're able to help the people. See, this is my thing. I don't want to leave just to leave. I want to leave because I want to go help people around the world. This is one of my dreams since I was a kid. Coming in the house 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, high up, and they had the programs on with the starving kids in India eating out the garbage and all that. So this is something that I've always wanted to do for years, from since young. And inshallah, I'll have a chance to do that because most of Americans really don't need anything. You know, most Americans have everything they need. It's, and most Americans are ungrateful. I have to say it like that. Most Americans are ungrateful. Excuse me. It's only what you can do for them. It's just like you can have a broke woman, but a man has to have money to deal with her. But you take a man, he'll take a broke woman. You see what I'm saying? He'll take a broke woman. Whereas a woman won't take a broke man. And we have to uh, change that narrative. It's a mindset, and when we're able to change that mindset, it's going to be better for both of us, because it's just like women want a finished product. Men are willing to work with less to help perfect the tool better. And the reason why I'm saying it's a mindset. I always try to give you guys examples. It's mindset. And until we change our mindsets and learn the truth from the lies, we are never going to be able to accomplish anything in this life. It is what it is. United we stand, divided we fall. And this is where we at. Let me get back to it. core ideal. Unhealed people repeat cycles. You ever heard that saying before? You're gonna have to keep doing it over and over again till you get it right. But if you heal, you ain't got to repeat nothing, and you'll be able to see life much more clear, and you'll be able to do much more in life. Unhealed people repeat cycles. They marry the same abandoning partner. They react to the same criticism with rage. They vote out of fear. The lie. Time heals all wounds. Truth time just calcifies them. The consequence. Without healing, your biography becomes your destiny. So what it's saying, if you don't heal, that's the story that's going to be told of a broken person. But when you heal, and see, this is the beautiful thing about healing and being better. It's not about what you say, feel, and think. It's the people who are around you who see you become better. You don't have to say nothing. They'll say everything. Trust and believe that. You never have to say nothing. And see, this is just like love. Love is an action word. You don't even have to tell a person you love them when you love them because your actions is going to show it. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. So you can't tell a person you love them and you shitting on them because they're going to look at you sideways, you know. And it's a thing where it's like we have to understand, right, that until we heal, we're going to remain broken. We're going to repeat the things that messed our lives up until we heal. And we're going to go through life where we think we heal because we have finances or whatever, and we be broken. It's all outdoors. So this is why I harp on healing so much because I understand after going through all the things I went through, you know, like I said, being in prison all those years by myself, you know, people turning their back on me, not because I did anything wrong, it's because of their guilt, you know, robbing me for money, leaving me for dead, different things, right? But it wasn't until I was able to heal from being bitter for so many years. You know, I wish all kinds of negative stuff on people. Now today, I would never do that. I wish them the best. Now, the thing is, it's up to them to do the right thing. If they haven't healed and they keep doing the same thing, they're gonna get what they got coming. But it wasn't until I went through all of my grief and I started to heal, then I healed, that I understand how important it is to heal. But most importantly, after you heal, it's very important that you learn the truth from the lies. Because, like I said, you can still get tricked. What's good is being changed, and if nothing changes, see what I'm saying? So my thing is, hmm, that was a good call. Um, my thing is like, you know, try your best. You know, every day do something to make yourself better, improve yourself. You know, stop things that you know that's not good. Try to live a better and positive life. You know, and that's what I do. My thing is just living right. You know, living right, man, and things are beautiful. The great separation, me versus my trauma. core idea. Listen, healing begins when you realize the voice that says, I am worthless, is not your voice. It is an echo of an old abuser. The technique, learning to watch your thoughts instead of being possessed by them. Now just think about this right here. This is one of hardest things to do because your thoughts become your nos. Your nos or your lower self. We're talking about lower self. And if you don't put your lower self in check, it's bigger consequences for you down the road. So the whole thing is being able to put your lower self, your knowledge in the right place. I'm gonna say that again. The technique, learning to watch your thoughts instead of being possessed by them. Why crucial for truth? If you cannot separate your trauma from your identity, you will defend your pain as just who I am. And how many people do that you know? Excuse me, or you may know. They make excuses for their trauma and their drama instead of healing, or at least trying to heal. And it's sad for the simple fact that when you hurt, you need to let it out. When you hurt, you need to be able to speak truth to power. When you hurt, you need to understand that these things don't last forever. I tell you, I did 3 federal bids, 28 years altogether. And each one is like, man, I don't know if this is going, I don't know if this is going to ever end. But it does. This is why you got to do the right thing because you never know when your last breath is going to be. And that's something that we're all destined for. We all must taste that. I ain't make the rules. Why safety comes first. Core idea. The brain cannot process truth while under threat. The Amy Dollar hijacks the prefrontal cortex. So I guess that's the Abu Amygdala. Amygdala hijacks the prefrontal cortex. The paradox. You cannot tell a lie from a truth while your nervous system is screaming danger. Regulation, breathe. Somatic work is not woo woo. It is prerequisite for logic. It's just like what it's saying is basically like when you in fight or flight, it's hard to determine what's what unless you're trained, unless you're healed. See now, when you're healed, you're not going to panic. You're gonna look at the situation and deal with it the way you're supposed to deal with it. You know, um, like I tell you, I studied martial arts for 7 years in boxing. So when things about to happen, you already looking to make the moves that you need to make to eliminate the problem. That's being prepared. That's having the right mindset. You know, um, also like I have to use me. If I didn't have the right mindset when I got shot, I would have died because I would have ran instead of advanced towards the guy. I advanced towards him and almost took the weapon. While I was being shot from the back. But if I'd have been afraid, I probably wouldn't even be here. So you have to face. This is what I tell you. You have to face your fears head on. it's not about uh, you being the toughest person. No, everybody has fears. Everybody has some sort of fear. And what this platform, this program does is help you to get rid of those fears. Helps you to understand life. It helps you to heal so that when any obstacle comes your way, you'll have the remedy already for it. Like I said, I know I'm a changed man because who I was before, nowhere near who I am today. And I thank God for that. But it's because I healed. I learned the truth from the lie. Like I tell you, once you gain your peace and you see life for what it is and people for who they are, you don't judge. You just see where that person is. And if you have love or anything for that person, you try to help them. But if not, there's nothing you can do. Life is going to be life and things are going to happen. And people are definitely going to be people. Lies are often just processed grief. No, let me say that again. Lies are often just unprocessed grief. It didn't hurt that bad. It's a lie. I don't care. It's a lie. Healing forces you to feel the pain you are avoiding. Let me say that one more time so you get that. Healing forces you to feel the pain you avoided. And see, when you heal or you're going through the healing process, you're going to be able to deal with so many different things in life that you wasn't able to before. People, places, things, and you're gonna sometimes you're gonna laugh to yourself like, wow, you know, I've come a long way. It's a beautiful feeling. I just gotta, it's just a great feeling. The turning point. Grief removes the rubble so truth can be seen. Say that one more time. Grief removes the rubble so truth can be seen. Why is that? Like I tell you, peace doesn't come in happy times. Peace comes. I mean, peace doesn't come in confusion. Peace comes in happy times. But when you're going through your confusion, that's when it makes you think. It makes you try to work things out, either flight or fight. You cannot find the floor if you refuse to cry over the collapsed ceiling. Wow, I'm gonna say that again. You cannot find the floor if you refuse to cry over the collapsed ceiling. The ceiling is on the floor. And that's just logic. The lie detection system. A healed nervous system acts like a polygraph. When you are centered, lies feel heavy. Manipulation feels sickening. Gaslighting feels wrong because before you ever analyze it. What I always tell you guys, wrong don't feel good to me no more. Only right feels good, and that's a part of the healing. You're not gonna enjoy the wrong no more. Like it says right here, the healed nervous system acts like a polygraph, tells the truth. when you heal, you tell the truth. When you're centered, lies feel heavy. It's like I tell you, wrong don't feel right. That's heavy. Manipulation feels sickening because you know a person is lying, trying to do something or get you to do something that it's not right. And gaslighting feels wrong before you even analyze it. These certain things are just not going to be right when you heal. And it's a beautiful place to be. You know, I ain't going to say I worshiped the devil when I was a kid growing up selling drugs, but I was a agent of his. Now I want to be an agent of God. And how I do that? By doing this, what I'm doing right here. You know, writing books of positivity that maybe one day might save somebody's life. That's all I want. I just want to do the rest of my life in peace, living right, doing right, and helping people. But that costs money, and I need to make my money. Like I said, I give myself to 2030, and I'm trying to leave, inshallah. You know, why important? Healed people need proof to reject a lie. Healed, no, let me say it again. Unhealed people need proof to reject a lie. Healed people need proof to accept a lie. Totally different. I'm going to read it one more time. Unhealed people need proof to reject a lie. Healed people need proof to accept a lie. That's deep. You know, that's deep. Because you no longer enjoy the fruits of things that are not right. Simple. That's when you change. The three great deceptions. The lies healing exposes. Say it again. The lies healing exposes. You are not enough. Truth. You were never supposed to be enough for people who are empty. Past doesn't affect you. Truth. Past dictates your present until it is metabolized, until you go through. Okay, Larry 220. Okay, got you. Larry underscore 220. All right. Um, the past doesn't affect you. The past doesn't affect you. Truth. The past dictates your present until it metabolizes. Forgiveness means staying. Truth forgiveness. Truth. Forgiveness is for your body, boundaries, or for your life. Yeah, you can recommend a song from your native language. What's your native language? Let me read that one more time. Forgiveness means staying. Truth. Forgiveness is for your body. Boundaries are for your life. Like always, oh, Turkish. Assalamu alaikum. If you're Muslim, I'm Muslim as well. Assalamu alaikum. Um, what I was like, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Where I was going, right? Your past is only a measuring stick, right? for the things that are in your future. No, I'm from America. I'm from here. I'm from New York. I'm from Harlem. I've been Muslim over 30 years. That's all. Um, your past makes you uh, put boundaries. See, because once you've gone through life, you're gonna go through a lot of disappointment. And in going through that disappointment, if you don't check it, people will run over you. But if you check it, and how you check it is by putting boundaries. The people who love you will respect your boundaries. MashaAllah, inshallah. And may he bless you as well. You know, and when you put the boundaries that people respect, those are people that you need in your life. And when you put the boundaries, the people who don't respect your boundaries, those are people you don't need in your life. Oh yeah, BT, you wrote a song named BTW. Okay. Go to my Facebook, put it on my Facebook. Tacc 1107 on Facebook. Go on my Facebook or Instagram or any other and put it on there for me. Discernment versus doubt. Okay. Well, Instagram, YouTube, it's all the same. Tacc 1107. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Poor idea. Doubt is a symptom of trauma. Let me say that again. Doubt is a symptom of trauma. I doubt myself because of certain traumas that's been in your life. Discernment is a skill of healed. I test the evidence. You know, when you're able to discern good spirits from bad spirits, when a good spirit is in your presence, you feel different. You feel good. When a bad spirit is in your presence, you get away from it. It's like a magnet. It reflects. But this is about healing. And the only way you can heal is you have to go through this. You know, you have to learn these lessons. You have to go through adversity, fear, trauma, you know, in order for you to heal. You don't just heal automatic. It's through adversity comes change. You know, it wouldn't be through adversity come change if it was you just able to heal just like that. No, you have to go through your adversity, you know. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Like I tell you, when God gives you those glasses that once you earn your peace, you see everything clear. Check this out. Walking without the cracked lenses, meaning you see clear. What changes when you heal? You stop over explaining, you stop needing validation, you can hold two truths. I love them and they hurt me, you know. So you know to love them from afar, you know. It's like I got my two brothers, you know. And whatever the situation is, what it is, I love them, but I have to love them from afar, and I'm cool with that. You have to be comfortable with the decisions you make in life, and until you're able to be comfortable with the decisions you make in life, it's not going to work. That's why you have to heal. The superpower. Healed people are dangerous to systems of control because they cannot be gaslit. You can't trick or have a person that's healed, like threaten them with anything or bribe them with anything. No, because like earlier, what I was telling you, wrong don't feel right. They're gonna know. They're gonna learn how. They're gonna know how to discern the lies from the truth. This is why all these things play a part. You can't bribe a person that doesn't have loss in it. And this is what healing is about. It helps you to relieve the lostness. That would probably make you make a deal with the devil. But when you heal, there's nothing he can do, nothing can offer you because everything comes from upstairs, not downstairs. Everything comes from God. And it's already written. You just have to make the right choices in your life. And this is what I try to do in my life today. Make all the right choices because your choices shape your adversities. Your adversities are your lessons that get you to your blessing. I'm trying to get to my blessing. I've done all the crazy. Okay, I appreciate that. I'm not trying to look at it yet. I'm still doing the program platform, which is Tacc. Once I get off, then I'm gonna go on there. Let's see. Um, okay. So like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Tell them to check this out. And then, like I said, my book is on Amazon. Through Adversity Come Change by me. Cop the book. It's on Amazon. This is a movement. This is just not. It's a brand, a movement, a platform. You know, embrace it. Trust me, it's going to save your life one day. The ripple effect. One healed person changes the family tree. Your healing teach your children, your partners, and your community how to detect lies. See, because once you're healed, you live different, you move different, you act different, you talk different, you become different. You're not like the person that you used to be. Whereas lies didn't matter, truth didn't matter. Now, once you heal, you're gonna yearn from the lies for the lies and the truth, so you can be able to discern which one is which and know how to maneuver in your life. And like I said, I can't make this up. This is real stuff. A society of unhealed people votes for tyrants, stays in cults, and burns witches. A society of healed people builds democracy. What did that sound like right there? Let me read that again. A society of unhealed people votes for tyrants. Where we going? What we doing right now? I ain't make this up. It's right here. Research. You know what I mean? I did research. A society of unhealed people votes for tyrants, stays in cult. What is MAGA? MAGA's a cult. And burns so-called witches. Which is what they used to do, Salem. But a society of healed people builds democracy. We come together and do the right thing. That's why I say once you heal, it's only about doing the right thing. Because we know we got somebody to answer to, and that's the Most High. And He sits high and looks low, and He sees everything. We have to do the right thing. Healed is not a destination, right? Healed is not a destination. It is a daily orientation towards truth. The journey is inebrious, audaciously audaciously inward because it never ends. You owe it to the truth to heal because a broken instrument cannot play a true tune. Like I tell you, we're all broken in some kind of way. But if you're not truthful, you don't live right and do the right thing, you're not going to play the right tune. You're going to live wrong. You're going to do wrong. And wrong is going to feel right. Where's now in my life wrong feels wrong? Where it used to feel right. And I thank God for that. Because I know I'm not going to live another 61 years. So it's time to get ready for the grave. And the only way to do that is live right. And then help as many people as I can before I touch that grave. And I've done my job. Like I tell you, this program is 5 principles, 3 articles, and 1 healer. The healers with 3 A's instead of one is helping everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love. Beautiful thing. Can't put it no simpler than that. And you are the instrument through which your life reality is played. Just know that everything starts and ends with you. Whatever note you play is what you let play or play. You did it. So you must set the responsibility for anything that goes on in your life. A lot of people don't do that. But now you have to because you want to make change. And like I told you, once you make change in your life is so much easier. I have no worries, no qualms, no problems in life because God takes care of that. That's what it is. After going through all the things I went through. And inshallah, I'm going to make my way. That's what it is. And I'm going to do my best. So my thing is this right here. I want you guys to try and start looking at life through a different lens. Try to look at life through a lens of healing, a lens of peace, a lens of positivity, a lens of optimism instead of pessimism and bad and evil and wrong. And tell me which one feels better. That's your assignment for tonight until tomorrow when I come back on after 8. It's about living right, doing right, and being right. And the only way we're going to do that is by doing the right thing. By humanity, because we're all one. And we got to understand it's only through adversity. We don't go through it, we can't get to it. Anything the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. You just got to put the work in. And each journey starts with the first step. Always know that. A journey doesn't start with nothing but the first step. And you just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And you're not going to see it in the beginning. It may take for you to fail 10,000 times, but it's 10,001 time that everything goes beautiful. Can't quit. Fall down 10 times, get up 11. Keep striving. Keep doing the right thing. I guarantee you life will get better. Like I said, I just want us to win. I want all of us to win. People that love me, the people who don't love me, people who hate me. I pray for everyone on this earth every day. all been lied to. We've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and astray by an elite force of people that you see what is going on there. So the whole thing is just living right, doing the right thing. And before you know it, you're going to be all right. Get your spirit. Tacc.